How's it going, everybody? Mark the Guitar Guy here. Are you ready to be awesomized? Today I'm going to be looking at that's where I'm talking and playing at the same time. The transition between playing rhythm and playing lead. Just like that. So stick around because very soon we're going to be getting right into how to do that. See you soon. Hey, Mark the Guitar Guy here, and I'm so excited to show you this next technique. Shout out to Dan Blank, one of my Skype students from America, for bringing this up and helping me figure out a way to show you guys how to figure out a way to do this. So, one of the problems that he was coming up with was he was getting really good at soloing, right? And he's getting really good at chords. But the integration between the two was a problem. And then funny thing was, I'd be doing another lesson later on and someone came up with the same problem. And then I think 3 days later, another person came up with the same problem. So I thought, how many people out there in the world of YouTube guitar players are having this same issue? Now the issue is, you're playing chords, and let's say we're just playing C, A minor, C. Let's just stick with those two chords, A minor and C. And we're in the key of A minor or C major. And so to do that, and we've got this pentatonic scale shape that we've been learning, which is our nice little home base little area for playing chords. And how do we get from here to here without just like stopping and starting a solo and then stopping again? So it kind of sounds like this, right? Can you hear the disjointedness between the two? Now, so I thought, how do we fix this? And then I come up with this really cool way of doing, of transitioning between the two and making it sound smooth. And not only that, I figured out while we did this, how to sound way more professional when we're doing just little riffs or even a solo. And it actually covers and goes into a whole bunch of other areas. But let's do the very basic idea. And so the first thing we did, we have to program the chord and the position together. Okay, so we want to put that in the subconscious. So when I play an A minor chord, I know that the 5th fret is where my scale shape needs to go. There's blue note in there. So the first thing to do is play an A minor, and then go to the scale shape. A minor, just go to the scale shape. A minor, go back to the scale shape. A minor, go back to the... Okay, so then the next step is to add in the secret sauce, which is the bit I'm going to show you right now. And that's using slides. Yeah, slides. Slides. I don't know if that's different in your country, but where I come from, that's a crazy, crazy word. Slides. And what we do with slides, we use the slide of the guitar, the slide of the finger on the note to get into the scale shape. What an idea, Mark! I know. Let's try it out now. Now, before we start, one of the main things for the slide is we're going to slide up to the high note within the scale shape. So if I'm on the 5th fret, we're going to slide up to the 7th fret with our 3rd finger. Why do we do that, Mark? Good question. Because our 1st finger is going to be in position for the rest of the scale shape. We just naturally, by using our 3rd finger to slide to the 7th fret, here an example of A minor, I'm sliding here on the 5th string to the 7th fret. My hand is now in a perfect position to play whatever note I want to from that scale shape. Let's try that out. Slide up and see I can... So I'm in that right position straight away by doing that. That's another cool step. Now this is being very intentional here, guys. We're going to be intentional about, here's my A minor, here's my scale shape, and joining the two together. It's all very well to know, I've figured this out for my students, it's all very well to know what the key is and know what the scale shape is, but it's the integration that we need to practice. We actually need to be very deliberate about this. So here we go. We're going to slide now. This is the riff I want you to play. We're going to slide the 3rd finger to the 7th fret and then play the next note on the scale shape. In this case, it's the 1st finger note on the 5th fret on the 4th string. So we're going to go, it's a 7, it's a 5 in the next string. So we're getting good at that slide. Another trick, by the way, with slides, make sure you look. If in this case I'm sliding to the 7th fret, so I need to be looking at the 7th fret while I'm sliding. And it doesn't really matter where you slide from, by the way. It doesn't really matter. you want to make that sort of slide noise, and there'll be different variations. I'm always surprised by what it does myself, so it's kind of nice that. Sliding up and play another note. So we go A minor, slide, riff. Simple, yeah? Now, we're going to play the next chord in this progression. We're going to do a C chord and slide, riff. Sounds different, doesn't it? It's the same riff, but we change chords all of a sudden. That riff has a different flavor to it. Next, let's do another chord. G, slide. Still these chords are in the key of A minor, so it's all good. And then we're going to do an F. Same riff each time. You can put vibrato in there if you want to, guys. If you guys are a bit more complex, you can add whatever flavor you want to it. Let's do the same thing again. So one strum at A minor, riff, C. Different finger I used then, so that was a bit of a mess. Then G. You'll notice I make some mistakes, guys, and I'm not going to edit them out because I want you to realise that this is normal for any guitar player. We make mistakes. We don't play perfect all the damn time, except for John Mayer. Stupid John Mayer. So, can you see what I'm doing there? I'm just literally sliding up to the same position for the same riff. Let's try strumming it. So, I'm just going to strum it and then add at the end. At the end, I'm doing a little riff. In this case, now there's a transition. A nice smooth transition between playing chords and playing that scale shape. They kind of work together really well, don't you agree? I can see you nodding your heads. That's right, weirdos. Headphones on, watching me on an iPhone. So we're going to be going, I'm just having fun, guys. I know you know me, I'm just having fun. So now let's try going a bit further than that. So we're not just going to do that riff. We're going to go to the string below that, and we're going to try the riff below that. Exactly the same idea. We're just, instead of sliding to the 7th fret on the 5th string, we just do it on the 4th string, and the next note's going to be on the 3rd string. It's the same kind of concept, but we've got another riff there. So we go to A minor, and then C, G, a couple extra notes there, that's okay. Let's try adding one or the other. So we're going to go between the two. This is just getting us started, guys. So let's try the other one. So you get the kind of concept that's going on. Now you don't just have to do two notes, a slide and another note. But the beauty about that is we can link any other notes onto that. So let me show you with a few more notes, the same idea using the same concept. Okay. Let's try the next string. So you get the idea. There's some cool ideas within just with one slide that's sounding like soloing, like riffing, like a whole bunch of cool stuff at once. Now we can take it a step further, of course. We don't have to slide to the 7th fret. We can slide to the notes of the other scale shapes just as easily. Like for example, the bottom two strings, we've got a little bit further to slide. So we can slide to the 8th fret and do something behind it. Or we could slide to the first finger position from the scale shape. But if we do that, we just have to make sure we slide with the first finger so our hand is in a position that it can carry on and do some more soloing. Let's just try a little bit of that, because that'll be kind of cool too. So we're going to do, let's just go back to a little bit more easy stuff. So A minor, slide up the first finger, as if we're doing a big intro to some sort of cool song, and just taking your time. Just simple ideas, nothing flash there. Cool little start. Other slider. So you get the idea. We're getting the idea with this sort of thing. Hopefully this is starting to sink in and make some sense for you. I'm doing it in the key of A minor, guys, because it's in the middle of the guitar. It's simple for guys that have just got an acoustic guitar. You don't have to have a cutaway. You don't have to play up high. We can just do it all, and it's kind of simple. But let's do it in a different key. Let's do it in a major key, the key of D major. Okay, so D major, we use that pentatonic shape. We're going to put it in basically a B minor position. or our little finger on the D note here. So we've got to go a little bit further for playing basic chords down the bottom here. We've got to go to this scale shape here. So the first thing is we go back to step 1. Step 1 is just play a chord, and let's say it's D, and let's just do D and G. So you get the idea. You get the, oh, okay, I know where that shape is now. Cool, I'm starting to feel, oh, okay. Well, let's start using some of the slide ideas. So we're going to do D. Or whatever, any of those ideas. You get the idea, don't you? So you can see now how you can integrate quite easily. Now I've gone in depth on this, and there might be some guitar players. I'm sure there's guys out there going, duh, but it's not for you guys. Obviously you're at another level. You don't need these sorts of ideas potentially, but man, the slide idea can be so cool for your playing, and I hope you get the concept of this. It's not difficult, and you don't need to be fast. You don't need to be super clever. It's something as simple as a slide and one note can sound cool, and you can make it sound cool. That's enough. And sometimes that's all we've got time for anyway. When you're playing something, sometimes you've just got time to do one note. So if you liked my lesson, if that's the sort of information you're loving, I will suggest you definitely subscribe to the channel and hit the buttons that give you the notifications and all that sort of stuff. I've also got a lovely Facebook page that's brand new and just been shined, so it looks amazing. You can go there and actually get a one-on-one lesson with me by clicking on the Book Now button, and you can book a one-on-one session with me. You've probably got some questions that need answering, and I'm the guy that will help you with that. I've been doing this for like 25, 30 years now. And I love teaching. I love finding out problems and solutions to your playing and giving you like a personalized program to make your playing more amazing. I'm still doing lessons. I'm still doing Skype stuff. So don't be afraid of going and booking and just catching and connecting up with me. That'll be cool. Otherwise, stick around and watch the next video. You absolute junkies, you. Mark the Guitar Guy. Signing off. See you guys.